Well, Belinda Goodwin didn't even have time to get dressed before police dragged her from her home. The single mum arrested in her underwear in front of neighbours and her daughter. The 12-year-old told to take care of herself as her mother was taken away. You'd think she'd committed a serious crime, but it was all over $60.
In your underwear in front of your neighbours, being humiliated like that.
It was very humiliating for me as well because we just moved in. What if they thought that my mum had done something very wrong?
Please, I don't have anyone else. Please, no.
Just completely over the top. It was so aggressive, so aggressive. You'd think she was a murderer or something.
To allow it to get to the point of a court-ordered warrant and police coming to the door strikes me as overkill.
Who would not pay $58 fuel and on purpose? It honestly slipped my mind.
Let's set the record straight. Have you ever been arrested or have a criminal history?
Absolutely not. I've never been arrested. I worked frontline in the hospital. I have worked with children since I was 17. I am just a dance mum who looks after my daughter, makes costumes.
Single mum Belinda Goodwin is raising a dancing queen. 12-year-old Summer is talented, confident, bright and bubbly. Her biggest cheerleader is her mum.
Me and my mum are inseparable.
But they were separated when police arrested Belinda in her underwear at their Gold Coast home last Saturday morning.
You're under arrest.
So I opened the door and I was literally naked, and they just said, can you put something on? We're going to come and sit and talk to you.
And then they started telling Mum that she was getting arrested, and I was shocked. And so she asked me to grab my phone and I just started filming.
And I've opened up the door again and I've seen my neighbour here being held up by 2 police officers by her arms.
Jenny next door couldn't believe what she was seeing.
I heard a shouting out, help, help, somebody help me. So that's when I ran downstairs really quickly.
You're going to leave my child here? Yes, she's 12.
No!
What have I done? You're under arrest by virtue of a warrant. Stand up.
Some people might say that you were resisting arrest. What would you say to those people?
I was resisting arrest because I didn't understand what was going on.
We would have been so much more calm if they told us what it was for.
Do not dare throw me in there. My poor child. Stand up.
Just watching my mum get put in that van and me just crying.
They're not going to hurt her.
They're arresting her.
I know, but it'll be okay. It'll be okay.
Residents at their complex, even young children, step in to comfort Summer.
Your room's all unlocked. You're able to stay by yourself. You're 12 years old. Okay?
How long? I've never stayed by myself.
I'm next door. I'm next door if you need anything.
Excuse me? Where are you taking? Where the police taking her?
You're going to the station with us and we'll be back soon, okay?
Do I have to stay by myself for a night?
No, not for a night.
Okay.
Back soon.
Okay. They came back because they need to get her pants because she can't go in like that. So I had to go upstairs and get some. And gave it back. I was just upset. I just threw them at them.
Jenny, who barely knew her new neighbours, looked after Summer until Belinda was released a few hours later, charged with stealing.
She didn't know where her mum was going, how long she would be gone for. She had no contact details. She had her mother's phone, so she had no way to contact her. And she was just in tears. She had no key to get back up here and the police just didn't care.
She just stayed with neighbours. As far as I know, I just moved here. How do I know there's no predators, here?
So this was all over about $60 worth of fuel.
I went to a petrol station and my Apple Pay wasn't working. Internet's, sometimes down, whatever. And I left my licence with them at 7-Eleven and they were like all good, and I was like gonna go back and pay it. So I was back and forward travelling, moving, forgot about it.
It happened in June at this 7-Eleven. Fast forward 2 months, a police officer arrived at her front gate and handed her a notice to appear in court.
He was like, if you don't pay it, you'll go to court. And I said, I'm going to pay it. And he goes, well, good, you won't have to go to court.
So you were under the impression that if you paid, you wouldn't have to go to court?
Yep, so we went in and I said, oh, I've got my ID. I left it here for a fuel drive off. And he's like, oh, yep. And then he pulled out the paper, gave me my licence. I signed a piece of paper, paid it. Yeah, I said, oh, will this be withdrawn? He said, yeah, no, it's all good. This always happens.
So Belinda didn't turn up to court, and that triggered a warrant for her arrest.
Stand up! Stop it!
You're the same guy that was before.
I have dealt with you before, yes.
Belinda claims this arresting officer handed her a notice to appear in court a week earlier and admits she didn't take it well.
Honestly, I was like a little bit cheeky because I was like, this is a bit full on. I was like, you're here like, you know, being really rude to me about like $60. There's people out here that are like breaking and entering, killing, stabbing, driving stolen cars.
Regulatory offences are minor things which are supposed to regulate behaviour. So wearing seatbelts, not speeding, matters which are in the public safety but are not regarded as criminal.
Solicitor Bill Potts.
The true victim here was the 12-year-old child who was left traumatised.
In a statement to A Current Affair, Queensland Police confirm
police attended the woman's residence to issue a warrant for failing to appear at court in relation to a number of outstanding matters. Officers advised the woman she was required to attend the police station for a short duration and would then be returned home. Once the woman was advised she was being placed under arrest, she became obstructive to officers, refusing to accompany them willingly, at which time a 12-year-old girl at the property became upset. Given the short period of time the woman was expected to be with police, neighbours cared for the child while officers dealt with the woman before returning her home.
The police should have either not left the child on its own or should have made better arrangements for her care.
And to watch that gate shut and just see her and like crying, like how dare they have the right to say that my child can be okay by herself?
What would you like to happen now?
I want like a public apology. I want them to come here and apologise to my neighbours. I want them to apologise to my daughter.
I just want them to say sorry. Like, they shouldn't have done that.
Well, they aren't saying sorry. Queensland Police tell us it's reviewed the officer's body-worn camera footage and found that interaction was appropriate and lawful.